My name is Andre. I was born with a condition called microtia. It's when your ears are deformed and smaller than normal, which has ultimately left me with a keloid on my left ear. Some people say that it looks like a golf ball. Some people say that it looks like a snail. But no matter what you call it, I just want it gone.
We have Andre, a young man born with microtia, had reconstruction, and he's developed what?
Keloids.
Keloids.
Oh, poor guy.
Let me show you a photo.
Oh.
In simple terms, the keloid is overgrowth of scar tissue, and when you just cut it off, your body says, hey, there's still a wound here, and it keeps growing. So it's very hard to excise and not have it grow back again. Can you please send an Andre?
Andre.
This guy's tall.
Nice
Andre.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Andre. Terry DeBro, how are you?
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm his mom,
His
Malika.
mom? Malika? Dr. Nassif. Dr.
Terry
DeBro.
DeBro, how are you?
Hi, Dr. DeBro.
Nice to meet you.
Come on
Come
in. Have a
Thank
seat
you.
there.
My mom, she was a single mother. We have a very close relationship. She was always encouraging me to just make the most out of a bad situation. I know that it's straining to her to maybe go through another procedure again with the same results. If Dr. Nassif can't fix this, then I'm just gonna have to live with it for the rest of my life.
So you were born with a problem with your ears?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a unique situation when he was born. There's something wrong with his ear. And I'm like, is it something I did? Because
No,
I
you
worked in
did
a
nothing.
pharmacy. It's like, was it a medicine I was probably exposed to before?
Okay, listen to me.
Uh-huh.
You had nothing to do with this.
Okay.
It just happened.
So is it
'Cause
just
I
something that
always
happens
blame
randomly
myself.
then?
Yeah.
I mean, there's not one specific reason why microtia occurs.
So
Thank you.
if you've ever had any guilt,
I did.
has nothing to do with you.
Microtia could be a congenital thing, or it could be environmental. Many factors can cause this, but you can't really pick out one specific factor.
The Children's Hospital referred me to a doctor, and he examined him. He's like, we can't do any surgery until he's 5. So we waited till he was 5. That was the worst surgery because they had to get cartilage from his
the
rib.
Do you remember it?
I do, yeah. I just remember I was in pain.
How old were you when you got the keloid?
9 or 8, I would say.
He was like, Mom, I don't want any more surgeries. But now if you can see, it's like literally growing over his ear to where it's covering some of his ear. And
I can
it's
tell this bothers you just as much as it bothers him.
definitely, no matter how much people say that they don't look at the outside, they do, and they judge you by that. As a mother, I just tried to esteem in him that he's loved, he's accepted, that that's just the outside. How you are on the outside doesn't reflect who you are on the inside. But Andre is kind of withdrawn a little bit. I feel he is limited by the outside appearance.
Does it interfere with any classes or any activities of any kind?
I wore glasses, and thing about it is I didn't really have like
A rim?
Yeah, a rim.
So what would be your goal right now?
Really just to get it looking as much like this ear as it could.
I would like
of
it to look exactly like that. We want perfection.
Bring it down a few notches, Mom. Bring it down.
The doctors are in the business of making miracles and miracles.
You would be okay with not perfection, right?
I'd be okay if we get close to it.
Both of you.
No big deal.
Yeah, of course. Peek here. Okay, so it is attached. You're missing the area up here. And that's right, this is the reconstruction. We got really lucky here because Andre's keloid is attached through a small pedicle to the top of his ear. It's not engulfing and eating his ear, because if we had to remove a keloid that is eating your ear, then we're lopping off the top third of his ear. What is our goals from what you both wanted? You said, can you remove the keloid and make your left ear look like your right ear? Right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Probably not gonna be able to make them look exactly alike,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Okay.
So a plan would possibly be doing a keloid excision with possible rib reconstruction,
Okay.
assuming that the keloid doesn't grow back. A thought that's entering my mind is, if I put rib in between the keloid and the skin, is that gonna act as a barrier to prevent further regrowth of a new keloid? And yes, I just thought about that myself.
Are there other treatments that can stop the keloid?
There is one thing. There is something called 5-fluorouracil. It is an injectable. It helps prevent the buildup of scar tissue. There is a possibility that this modulator, which means it tells things to stop growing, may be effective. I would inject the 5-FU at the end of surgery, and every week until hopefully that initial healing stage is over.
Ears are basically either there or not, generally. Name me an actor or actress who has great ears.
Can't think of any.
You know, it's just not a thing.
Hello, everybody. Let's talk about the plan for today. The goal is to remove the keloid, inject it with 5-fluorouracil and steroids to prevent it from coming back. However, the risk of you getting that keloid back is still there. There are no guarantees in any of this with what you have. There's no guarantee here. For Andre's surgery, I will start by making an incision along the left ear and excise the keloid from his ear. Then I will harvest 2 small pieces of rib and stitch them to the tissue on top of his ear. I will then use a piece of skin from the keloid to make a skin graft to cover the rib and shape the ear, before stitching the area closed. Finally, I will inject Andre's ear with 5-fluorouracil to prevent the keloid from coming back.
Oh, here's Andre.
Look at my baby.
Oh my God, you look
You
so
still my
good.
baby.
Are you ready?
I'm just so excited I get to go on spring break with a brand new ear.
Yeah. A difference that I have seen in Andre is the way he carries himself. Before the surgery was, I want to be able to do this, I wish I could do this. Now I'm seeing and hearing a lot more, when I do this, I'm doing this, let's go do this. His whole demeanor has honestly changed.
Before my surgery, I had a big, horrible, snail-looking keloid on my left ear. I would constantly get stares and questions about my keloid that made it impossible to forget about. And I couldn't even wear glasses. But now, thanks to Dr. Nassif, I'm keloid-free, and instead of feeling the shade of people staring, I'm now wearing my shades all day. Now look at me.
Wow.